Hi everyone, I am here with Sam, and he has been walking the Camino in 2022 and 2023, and this trip in 2024, you're walking what,
Four caminos.
four Caminos in this visit. So you have, he sent me a message with the ones he has been walking the Camino Portuguese
Yes,
this trip, and then he's just back from the Ingles,
yes.
and then you're walking the
Inverno
Invierno
on Tuesday,
next.
and then doing the Camino Fisterra again.
That's nice. Okay, so how was the Camino Portuguese this time for you? Was it?
Yeah. Well, we started in Coimbra,
Yep.
and we caught 3 days of rain from Coimbra to Porto. So it was right in the beginning.
So, but that was pretty quiet though, right?
Yeah.
Because the Portuguese has been
Yeah.
very busy this year. But
Yeah.
I guess before Porto, it's
Yeah.
quiet.
And the infrastructure is not very good. Sometimes we
Yeah.
had to handle trying to find the arrows and so on.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
But no problem with lodging or
No problem.
No, good. And then you hit Porto and it got busier, or no?
Yes, and then in Porto started getting busier.
Yeah.
Right? And what we did, we took two days along the coast, and then we moved inland into the central.
Yeah.
And then
Why did you change? Because it was the scenery, or it was difficult to find beds, or
no, I mean we decided to try a couple days along the coast, but we had read that was better for the central.
I see. Okay.
And-
Was the central more busy? Was it busy?
It was busy.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, when we went in the variant from the coastal to central, there were a lot of people. I mean, in the day we were maybe 25, 30 people actually crossing into
Yeah.
central.
Yeah.
And as we were walking along, we talked to a lot of people, and a lot of people were doing exactly the same thing.
Okay.
And then we went on and we stayed at Casa Fernanda, which is
Yep.
is a very nice place, and there's a lot of community integration, fraternization. And then then on we went to Valencia and Tui, and then we took the spiritual variants,
Okay.
which is very interesting and is increasing.
Yes.
Now, if people that want to do the spiritual variant, they have to start booking ahead earlier, because as we were walking along and mentioning to people that we were going to do that, people got interested and tried to book it, and they couldn't book it. It was already fully booked.
Yeah. Do you think you mentioned before we started recording that there was this thing called the TUI wave?
Yeah. Yeah.
Explain that.
The TUI waves are the people that want to get the Compostela, and they start in TUI to get to Santiago, and they all arrive on a Saturday, and then they start walking on a Sunday. So whatever day, the first town after TUI on a Sunday, all the hotels are booked. Then the next day they move to the next city, and all the hotels are booked.
Yes.
So there are all this situation where all the towns moving forward all the way to Santiago,
Yeah.
they are fully booked. I met a lady that in Tui, and then the next day she was walking the first segment, and she had to bus back to Tui to sleep over, and then bus back the next day so she could continue doing
Yeah.
Camino, because all the hotels were fully booked.
Yeah. That sometimes happens, and but I wonder. Yes, that's good to know. If you are planning on walking the Portuguese and worried about the bed race, maybe try to avoid starting on a Sunday. Then I guess.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Huh. But otherwise, how was the Camino compared to? Because you've done other Caminos in 22 and 23. You did the Francés in 22, and then the Norte in 23. How was this Portuguese compared to those earlier ones?
I think it was more urban. I don't know the impression I had, and they're signs, but at some places you couldn't. It wasn't all well marked,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But overall was pretty.
Yeah. Good. And the Ingles compared to this?
English was less people,
Yeah.
right? I mean, a lot of nature and trails, so it was really nice.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of parts of the French Camino.
Yeah. But with less people, so you have
Less
more,
people.
So
Less socializing.
Yeah, less socializing. Yeah, but still no problem finding place to sleep
problem.
or anything. Yeah, that's good. Because a few weeks ago, I had people in the Ingles was very busy a few weeks ago, but I think it was one of those waves again. Because you hear it
Yeah.
for a few days and then it goes away. That whole thing. Yeah. Good. Now, did you have any favorite good experience? Any favorite albergue or anything that you?
Yes, like I said, in the Camino Portuguese, we stay at Casa Fernanda, and I guess it's different experience. It's not only a lodging where you go to sleep, but it's more of experience also, because you arrive in the afternoon. I mean, there are not many activities to do around the city, around the albergue. So she cooks some snacks in the afternoon. People start eating, drinking, and that goes the whole afternoon. So by the dinner time, everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
They're already talking to everybody, and then you start forming a community, because then you start changing WhatsApp information, and then all the rest of the Camino, we're running each other or just walking along with them.
Yeah.
And normally it's what we use to define in the previous Caminos, what we call Camigos.
Yes.
The amigos of the Camino, where you exchange
So
your
you
WhatsApp and you form a community, even though sometimes you're not walking along together, you're exchanging information there one day ahead or one day behind, and when they get to Santiago, you celebrate and they wait for you or whatever. So
yes,
and I mean, I have some Camigos from previous years that we still exchange. So when I do a Camino, they share with them, and then they do one, they share with me. So we still keep
nice.
communicating.
So you found that Casa Fernanda was a place where you created this group.
Yeah, so it creates this experience, because it gives the opportunity for you to actually socialize and create a community.
Yeah,
get to know, because it's not going to an albergue. Maybe if you share a meal, you have a little bit of experience, but that was like a 6-7 hours that we stayed together and talking and chatting.
That's true. And the Camino Inglés that you walked later didn't have that. You didn't find a place where that was created.
No, because usually sometimes you get an albergue, take a shower, you go to eat some other place, and you chat with some people you met along the way, but you don't.
I hear from a lot of people that maybe Orison on the Camino Frances does the same thing for people. Many people meet there and become a group, a family. Yeah, interesting.
Now, Casa Fernanda, if you want to book it, most of the people book 2-3 months earlier. That's how they managed to get.
How did you book? Is she on booking, or do you have to
no,
call
she doesn't
her?
booking. Actually, I have to call.
You have to call
from
her.
home, trying to book her. But most of the people that we met there, they had booked 2-3 months ahead.
Yeah. That's interesting. Any favorite food? Favorite meal you had?
No,
Portuguese or the English? No.
No, nothing special.
No. Any stage that you kind of look back on thinking, that day was a good day, or?
In these spiritual variants, you go from Montevideo to Armenteria. Armenteria, there's a monastery. Before you get to Armenteria, there's a city called Payo. Or Payo. There's a monastery, and they have a cluster there with mosaic of the entire French Camino.
Oh.
And it shows all the different mosaics of Rosenvalley, of Burgos, and most of the towns along the French Camino. So it's worth stopping and having a look there.
That's interesting.
And then after Armenteria, then we had there's a route called the Route of Stone and Water, which is like slow waterfalls going for 2-3 kilometers.
Wow.
And it's really pretty. It's just that part is worth the walk.
Yeah. What state was that on?
It's after Armenteria, on the way to Villanova de Arosa.
Exactly. What about your backpack? Something that you brought with you that you didn't use? Anything?
I brought a power bank that's too heavy.
Yes.
I didn't use it.
No, because you could charge every day at the
exactly.
albergue.
Before, in prior years, sometimes you couldn't find plugs, or the plugs were too away from your bed. But now I didn't have any problems. What
about something that you had to buy that you should have brought with you that you didn't bring?
I needed to buy. I had to buy a pair of shorts, but that was pretty much it.
Because the weather was pretty good wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
except for the first 3 days in Coimbra.
Yes.
Most of the rest of Camino maybe had a couple.
Because the
days
weather
away.
has changed now.
Yeah.
Now we finally have summer. Because
Yeah.
there was a long time that it was just rain and 12 degrees and we didn't. Yeah. So I guess you got the last tail bit of that in the first 3 days, and after that it was good. Good. What else? So your next one is Camino Invierno, which is the next one you're gonna do, and then Finisterre one. What are your expectations for the Camino Invierno? Have you planned anything, or are you just going?
I mean, I bought the book.
Yep.
And just looking at different activities, but it looks like the daily segments are a little bit bigger.
Yeah. Yeah,
20
and maybe
to
not
30
some
30 to 30 kilometers, 25 to 30 kilometers
Yeah.
a day.
Yeah. And maybe not so many options to stop halfway if you want
exactly,
to. You have to go those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Are you leaving today or
No, I'm leaving tomorrow.
tomorrow?
To Ponferrada.
to Ponferrada? Great. Anything else that you wanted to talk about? You mentioned you used the luggage service. Have you?
Yeah.
How was your experience with that?
Yes, what we did is that before we went for the Camino, we decided to visit a little bit of Europe. So we had a small carry-on suitcase.
Yep.
So before when we got to Coimbra, we were going to start Camino, so I had to use the services and have DHL actually come pick it up.
Oh, good.
And bring it here.
Did I work? Was it
Yeah, they
okay?
worked very
Okay,
well.
good. Yeah.
And then we were also in Barcelona, and we had some clothes that we knew we didn't need it, so we also ship it here.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So this year is the first year we have a service where we could pick up luggage using DHL at various hotels and things, and bring it here and store it. So that's good. Oh, and I almost forgot before we finish. You are thinking of doing the Kumano Kodo as well.
Yeah.
Do you know? Can you talk about that walk a little bit? Have you researched it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kumano Kodo is almost like a sister pilgrimage trail to the Camino de Santiago. They are the only two routes that are recognized by UNESCO. So what they have is they have a dual program. So if you walk the Camino de Santiago and you have your credentials, and then you do the Kumano Kodo, and you do that, then they issue a joint certificate saying that you have walked both.
Yeah.
So you can do either way. You can start with doing the Camino Santiago first and do the Kumano Kodo, or you can do the Kumano Kodo and do here, and then the office here in Santiago will issue the dual certificates.
That's nice.
So when I was doing the Camino Portuguese, I used there's a credential that you can use for that. One side is the Camino de Santiago, and the other one is the Kumano Kodo. So when I went there to get my Compostela, she looked, you have the
Because
Kumano
there's
Kodo.
a special credential for that.
There is one, but of course all the stamps don't fit in there.
No.
So you have to use the second one. But
Okay.
I try to have both in the same credential.
Yeah.
But,
Well, that's nice.
But you can have your own credential that you use. Maybe you walk a few years back,
Yeah.
and you go there, and you get one there for the Kumano Code, and then as long as you show both, then you get the.
Well, that's nice. Is that your plan for next year or?
No, it's already booked for September this year.
September this year. Wow, you're really caminoing, walking a
Well,
lot.
I'm retired.
You're
so-
retired. You
so-
can do it. Good for you. That's great. Good. Well, thank you for coming by and
Okay.
telling us your
You're
story. And if you have, if you're in Santiago when you finish your walk and want to come by and have a talk as well, just email me, ivar@casaivar.com, or come by the office as Sam did the other day and ask, if I was interested in talking to him. So, if you do that, we can have a talk and people can hear about your experience. Thank you again.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.